flips me a back body. So it's another one, yeah. It's a full scrum, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.
Good evening. Welcome to our YouTube channel. This is iBoxingHub. I go by the name of Biyenge, featuring yours Truly Tre. What's good?
Well, good, cuz just want to welcome back our Heyman. Obviously, he's in behind the screens right now, so big up to him. It's good to have him back. Big up the family, big up Aisha, big up Rico, big up Ra, big up Neutral, big up Abbas, big up Ray, big up Andrew. You know, there's so much people to big up, man. So, guys, big up. And also, quick shout out for D-Rock as well. They obviously are partners that we're working with. So, guys, if there's anything that you like from their website, all you need to do is just go in the description. And if there's anything that you like in there, just put in the promo code iBoxingHub24 and you get to have clothing like these legends. And also Joseph Parker, who's going to be competing next week. So that's obviously going to be the show. We're obviously going to be previewing the events that are coming up, especially for March. It's looking juicy. So, just start us off, man. What are you saying?
Well, I'm hearing that the Can Man is finally back. Anyone can get it. I'm happy. I'm do you know, I missed him. I missed Dillian Whyte. The heavyweight division's been a bit different about him. I mean, I miss his entertainment, his energy. The question is, who's next for Dillian Whyte? This is how I see it. Dillian Whyte coming back, he could potentially fight Joe Joyce, and then the winner gets to fight Wilder, or he can jump in the ring and fight Wilder next because they've got unfinished business. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's a good view, and big up Tony Ellis as well. He's obviously saying innocent again. I think he's probably been always innocent, but you know, the guidelines now are getting stricter. So I think if a man honors his time away and proves that he's innocent, then you know he should have an opportunity to come back in the sport. And we've missed his energy, man. We've missed him. And look, Tony Ellis, big up to him. He's obviously saying Whyte versus Ngannou would be interesting. Cuz, what do you think? If, regardless of what happens against AJ, Whyte versus Ngannou would be a juicy return.
Yeah, it'll be juicy because both of them will be trading in the middle. They'll both trade in the middle. That would be interesting. But I would like to see Whyte and Wilder. Maybe the winner could potentially challenge AJ. It's only fair.
Yeah, because I know big up to Palamos here, man. This is obviously a good point about Dylan. He's obviously saying, yes, Dylan's back. Big up Palamos as well. He's obviously saying, but if he was guilty, he obviously took his ban like a man, no cry, like a baby thing. Look, I agree with you, definitely, Palamos Music. Big up to you. Cuz, big, massive. Kind of back as well. Big up.
Yeah. At this point, I don't think AJ will entertain Dylan, but who knows? Sorry. Yeah. I mean, there's no money in it. Well, I don't know if Saudi will be interested in that fight, but I believe Saudi could potentially be interested in Dillian Whyte and Wilder.
Wilder. That was supposed to happen, isn't it?
Well, it was supposed to happen, but I believe if Wilder's still hungry and he still wants the world title shot, he still wants to fight AJ, then maybe he has to get through Dylan. That's if he gets through Dylan. And if Dylan gets through Wilder, maybe, I don't know, he gets the title, he gets to fight AJ. It's true. Yeah.
Whyte versus Joe Joyce on the 5v5, that's looking juicy as well.
However, I could be wrong, but Dylan is a free agent. He's not signed to Matchroom. I don't think he was ever signed with Matchroom. I think he just used to work with Matchroom. So I don't know if Eddie will put him on there. I mean, it will be good, like I said. Dylan Yeah, Dylan and Joyce. Or Dylan and Triple D.
Triple D as well. That's looking interesting. I can't lie to you. Yeah, I wouldn't mind to see that, cuz. I wouldn't mind to see that. I can't even lie to you. I wouldn't mind to see Dylan White versus Triple D.
I just see Palamos's comment, Dylan White vs Baby Miller. I don't know, you know. Before I wanted to see that fight, but now I'm just like, Baby Miller's, he's got that L now. He needs to rebuild. White and Zhang, that's an interesting fight. Look. This is how I see it. Yeah, Dylan has got options, right? If he wins his first fight, if he has a few warm up, right, he can potentially fight Parker rematch. He can potentially fight Zhang. He can potentially fight Joe Joyce. He can potentially fight Wilder. Do you know what I mean? So he's got options. He's still got options. So the question is, who would you want to see Dylan fight next? This is a question for the community.
Yes, community, get involved. This is obviously a point here from big up, man, Atias Roja. So big up to you, brother. He's obviously saying White been out the ring for time. I don't think Eddie would risk White on a 5v5 card. He may put Fisher, even though I would think he needs to be compensated for the whole BS. Big up to you, brother. That's actually a very, very good point. And these are points like this is why we want to, give you guys the opportunity to get involved in these chats, man. So obviously, why not fight Chisora in a comeback? Could be. You could put them together again.
So a trilogy.
Yeah. Let's have it. Like the way he talks, yeah. In the maybe do you remember I think it was the face off, or like when they were facing off together in the table, and Dylan White was like, "Yep, let's have it." Yeah, I want him to have that energy coming back.
I don't know, man. The trilogy, it sounds all right, but I just want to see him fight somebody else. Somebody else. I want to see him fight somebody else.
It's a good one. Wilder. I think that fight, it would make sense for both of them, in my opinion.
Yes.
That's a very good point from our head.
Here's the thing. Wilder might be bougie and be like, no, I want it in the States or whatnot. But then again, my understanding, Wilder's also a free agent, right?
Yeah.
Running out of Auto Arena. No excuse. That is a pay-per-view fight. That will sell out Auto Arena. White vs. Wilder. So I mean, White vs. Wilder. Yeah, and the winner
easily on here.
Huh?
We could easily promote it on here, in collaboration with
Wilder. That will be a fight. That will be a big fight. That'll be a big fight. Now Woodley vs.
White.
I'll say it. Nah, he can't. Nah, he won't fight Woodley. Nah. White vs. Wilder at the Auto Arena. Summertime. Let's have it. Let's do it now before one of them retires.
You know what? I can't even lie to you, cuz that does obviously make sense. Al Heyman's obviously saying, doesn't White manage Woodley? Oof, yes, that's very true. So yeah, Woodley never would get in a ring with White. I don't think under no circumstances. That was similar to Bacoli.
I like Roger. Yeah, Bacoli. Because it is. Bacoli's saying that all the top dogs are avoiding him, the likes of AJ, Usyk, Fury. All due respect here to our Congolese brother. Commercially, he's not all there. Do you know what I mean? Like nobody really knows him. Do you know what I mean? So if he fights somebody credible like the likes of Dylan White, I think that would be an interesting fight. I don't think it'll be a pay-per-view fight, but I think it'll be a good fight. And then we'll see where they're both at, really. Do you know what I mean? So Bacoli vs. Dylan White, I mean, some could say it's a risk for Dylan because obviously he's been inactive for over a year and so. Whereas Bacoli's been active, but again, that's the other way because I'd rather Dylan fight somebody credible than non-credible, if that makes sense. I want him to fight someone. I'm like, yeah, he's still got it because he needs to challenge himself as well, and I'm sure he's been training throughout. So Bacoli v Dylan White, Wembley Arena or O2 Arena. I think that'll be a decent fight.
Yeah, it would be. I'm not even gonna lie to you, it would be. Obviously, Palamos Music saying they got beef from way back, Bacoli and Dylan. Look, this could make sense. Look, they could have a little beef. Ooh, look, it makes sense, man. Remember they had their little beef back then? Remember that? Like, obviously, he's making a good point right here, cuz.
Well, like I said, he's got options.
Ooh, so Bukayo Saka's obviously saying, doubt we will see Bacoli. Ooh, yeah, with Ben Shalom. Doesn't want to, he doesn't really get on with White. 100% that I agree.
Who doesn't get on with White? Who doesn't get on with White? Ben Shalom.
Yeah.
Well, see, this is the thing, right? I was listening to TalkSport. They were saying that the problem with boxing is that the promoters, they're acting up. Like, we need to make these fights happen. I mean, look, Saudis is taking over. And I'm happy in a way, like, these fights are actually happening. But it's just like the likes of, all these promoters, they need to make these fights happen because it will be a big fight. It'll be a decent fight. I mean, Bacoli and Dylan White, it will be a decent fight. It will be a good, it'll be a good fight, but the undercard should be a decent undercard. But it will bring in numbers. But okay, well, all right, okay. Bacoli is about to get eliminated for a title. Well, I don't know.
Obviously from the States as well. Big up to her. She's always getting involved in the chats from wherever she is. So big up to you. Cause no, it's a good point that you're about to make right now. It does make sense.
KSI ain't paying. I'll fight KSI for 2 million. But yeah, no. Well, let's see in it. Let's see. At the end of the day, look. If the didn't fight Bacoli, Wilder, he'll go for Wilder. Do you know what I mean? So let's just see in it. Let's just see. But moving on to the next topic. Eddie Hearn mentioned that
big up FK Breeze, big up. He's obviously getting involved. Yes, lads, big up. Yours, big up. Yes, bro, big up to you.
That Conor Benn's next fight needs to be a pay-per-view fight. But here's a question: who's he gonna fight for it to be a pay-per-view fight? I'm not even trying to disrespect. I'm just trying to say like who's he gonna fight?
Yes.
I'm assuming, could be wrong. I'm assuming this fight will most probably be in the States, right?
Yeah, because that's the only place he's got a license for.
So, who are the options? What you've got? Barrios, and what's his name? Pacquiao.
Anyone in the top 10 ranking, cause he could fight in the States, man. Anyone in the top 10 ranking for all boxing organizations. But not pay-per-view.
Right. The only person I can see him fighting right now is Barrios, Danny Garcia, or even throw in Adrian Broner. I think with Adrian Broner, it could potentially be pay-per-view Adrian Broner because the build-up will be big. Do you know what I mean? The build-up will be massive. If it's not pay-per-view, it will do numbers.
It's a good point from Lucy. Big up to Lucy. She's obviously saying, last I heard was Bennett is fighting Danny Garcia. I did hear about that, but we spoke about this off here because what weight would it be? Because I believe Danny Garcia is fighting at 160. What is going to come up? Is it going to be a catch weight?
I mean, I don't know. If it's pay-per-view, then I suppose you have to go up or catch weight. But it's just, I don't know. So this fight, whoever he's fighting next, is a pay-per-view fight, right? So this is crazy. I find this mad because if his next fight is a pay-per-view, then the fight after that, then he has to challenge for a world title. I'm sorry, but he has to. Because my understanding, what's his name? not Spence, Crawford. He's moving up, so the belts are now. So
vacate. Yeah,
that he has to. You know, so I mean, look, pay-per-view. I don't know. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like I like Conor Benn. You know, I like Conor Benn, but it's just like how I see it from a from a fan. What has he done in America for them to be like, oh wow? I understand them like calling him out, saying this and that, because the reason why they're saying this is because they're not happy with his performance. And do you know what I mean?
Ooh,
So where to say, oh, you know, I don't know. I mean, I suppose he's one of the biggest welterweights in the UK. Yeah.
No, he is one of, but look, there's so many good points that I wanted to just quickly cover. Al Heyman, could you bring up the last few? Yes, so that's a very good point. Ben will probably fight Manny Pacquiao or Danny Garcia. Makes sense if that's a pay-per-view. Brock maybe makes sense if these are pay-per-view fights, and the list of recommended fights for Conor Benn was either a boxing legend, a world title, or a stadium fight. It makes sense if all of those are fighting happening in the States. Perfect. I would say yes, pay-per-view. Obviously, Al Heyman saying if Eddie wants eyes on Ben in the American market, yeah. Look, good move is AB. Look, Al Heyman's saying AB. Let's make that happen. The pressers would be, would be top. No, big up. Obviously, Palamos is saying, Chris, you haven't been on Garcia, haven't you? Sonny's yeah.
No, I mean, look, do you know what? I think the best person for him to fight to build that profile is AB. I'm not saying no because he's better than AB. It's just AB. They will sell that presser good. Do you know what I mean? He will be the hype man. Yeah, Adrian Broner will be the hype man. Do you know what I mean? And it'll be a good presser. But the next opponent I think that he should fight is you guys.
Yeah, that would be a good fight. Obviously, everyone that you're recommending, cuz it all goes back to Lucy's point here, which is she's in the States and they're obviously saying that they don't really know who Ben is up there. So he definitely needs to have like some more profile fights up there, so that the likes of Lucy, other boxing enthusiasts like in the States could know who he is. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I think he's got a big name here, and I think it just makes sense with what Matchroom are doing in the American market. So pushing Ben in that market right now is perfect. So yeah, I agree. I think it's his time to grow in the States. A world title shot after the next fight if it's pay-per-view. I'm not sure, because I look at the names on the rankings and he's got a few guys that he needs to tick off before fighting for world title, in my opinion. Few names you could just roll off your tongue, man.
Yeah. Wow. Moving on swiftly, Eubank Jr. So potentially he could challenge for a world title. Hopefully this year. Because I heard that he was in talks in fighting, what's his name? Kell Brook. Then I heard Josh Kelly. But I think Eubank should just challenge, should just go for a world title shot. Am I right in saying Charlo's now being stripped from the WBC?
Yeah. The titles, he's no longer the champion, I believe. So the belt is vacant right now. So I think he's ready, man. That's why I don't want to see him kind of entertain these other fights with Brooke, with Ben, with these other kind of fantasy fights, man. Because I think that he's on the right trail right now to becoming the champion. I just don't think he should just be distracted from being on course. Do you know what I mean? If he carries on especially Mac in his corner, because I think you're gonna see a changed fighter, man. Because just having Crawford in your camp, you can only elevate as a human being. Because look at Shakur Stevenson, look at the people that's in that camp. You can only elevate, as a human if you're training around the best people. And obviously, big up Lucy. Lucy's obviously saying, "Oh, didn't get stripped, but Jamel did." Oh, so Charlo is still the champion, cuz.
Even better, like I said, even better. Add Charlo here, bring Charlo here. That's pay-per-view. That will be pay-per-view. Eubank Charlo here in the UK or in Manchester or O2, what do you know what I mean? That would do numbers.
Yeah.
Because the American market will be invested.
Big up Lucy for that, man. Big up Lucy for that. Because that's actually a good idea. Honestly, I think the promoters should be listening to this. So Wasserman, if you ever get your hands in this video, Charlo, WBC title, makes sense. So Lucy's also saying, and if did get stripped, they would have an interim champion, and Adamis, yes, he'll be promoted.
Even better. Come down here, fight you back. Again, would that be pay-per-view? I'm not too sure. Possibly, I don't know, but I don't know much about him. But regardless.
Yeah, pay-per-view wise, I wouldn't think so at all. But from perspective where you could stream it, watch it, us fans will watch it definitely. Obviously, Palamos is obviously saying big up to him. Only diehard boxing fans, Chris. Yeah, it's true. It's true. And Charlo will be drunk. This is mad. And big up Roja as well, man. Eubank is the right pay-per-view, the right name, definitely. Just his name. Do you think Ben is lucky that he's got his name for popularity?
Good point. It's a tricky one with Ben because, to be fair, he's fought decent opponents. I suppose certain people are saying, well, he's never become British champion or European champion. Do you know what I mean? He's never achieved those goals, but he wants to jump ship and challenge for what to call out the big boys. But it's boxing, isn't it? It's boxing. We talk about, is it money or is it legacy? I suppose right about now it's all about money. Just bear in mind. Remember, look, we've had a pandemic for like 2 years and it's affected a lot of boxers' income. So anyone will fight anyone for if the money's right.
Definitely, I agree with you. And big up Al Heyman as well. This is obviously a good point. There's pros and cons to having the Ben name. I agree. Obviously, at the beginning, it did give him access to having these fights, but he still had to get in the ring and produce the goods. So up to this point, he's done tremendous with the name. I just think that he needs to just focus on being a welterweight. Go up the ranks, be a champion, and I think it can happen. Obviously, Lucy, big up, but there's perfectly good unified champion at 160 named Janubek. He has 2 belts. Eubank should fight him. This name comes up. I'm telling you, cuz.
But
telling you, he's got 2 belts, cuz.
No. I hear you, but his team would rather go for someone. Okay, I know this is going to sound a bit silly, but an easier opponent. Do you know what I mean? An easier opponent. And I know it sounds silly me saying that, but they'll rather go for an easier opponent where he could potentially win that belt and then maybe challenge for Jambek. Do you know what I mean? So I think that's the approach that his team will make rather than throwing him at the deep end. Because let's be fair, look, Eubank last fought, what was it last year? Last year, was it October?
Yeah. Obviously, FK Breeze is saying he doesn't know if he could beat him. Yeah, it's true. It's going to be tough. I know it will be tough, but I think he's just at that stage now where he's got the right team. He's got Mac, he's got Terence Crawford sort of in that camp when they train together when they go to the States, or if he comes down again, I don't know what the situation is. So Saluson has confirmed that talks are ongoing for Eubank to face Kell Brook. The winner
Nonsense.
faces Janubek.
Nonsense.
Okay. No,
This that
are
is
they Special K back?
no, but that's an easy fight for you, man. Special K's been out for what 2-3 years. Do you know what I mean? Retired, and then for him to come back, it's not gonna happen, man. They might as well forget it and just Eubank might as well just challenge for world title straight away. There's no point. If anything, Kell Brook will probably be a warm-up fight for him. That's how I see it.
Oh, Janubek is risk over reward is tricky. Look, so good points. He is risk. He is a big risk, but it's there for greatness risk though as well. Like I would respect a man, going in the ring with that kind of he's a top champion.
That's what I'm saying.
I definitely think he's going to give anyone problems.
Team, they would rather challenge somebody easier. I'm telling you, I know it sounds silly, but look, boxing, you have a team for a reason. Do you know what I mean? As a boxer, you're their asset. So they're trying to protect you because they can see, they know what's going on. So they're not going to throw you at the deep end because if he goes for that and he loses, it's going to take him a while to go for another world title shot. Do you know what I mean? So it's either challenge for a world title, win a world title, then maybe challenge Conor Benn let down the line. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. And I'm disagreeing with Lucy and yourself because I don't think he would win like what you're saying. Obviously, he's got 2 belts, but it is worth the risk. He's 34 because I'm thinking dare to be great. I definitely think maybe if you're right in terms of doing it, not the next one, but the next one, I think it would obviously make sense as well. Look, I do think Ben does need a decent setup before world title because we actually don't know what level he's at. It's true. Kelly or Smith, 154 fight, good fight, domestic fights, pay-per-view. Look, I agree. Look, these are good points. I think Conor definitely needs to have a few. Look, FK Breezes are agreeing with you, cuz. Pick up FK Breezes, obviously saying, definitely agree. He definitely agrees with what you're saying. It would be easier to do this. Yeah, it's true, cuz. I agree. I definitely agree. And Lucy's obviously saying, damn, I hope here's a fight, old retired Kell Brook. This is one thing that I don't want to see this as well. Like I like Brook retired. I want him to kind of enjoy in retirement, but if he's got the itch, cuz you can't really stop a man who's got the itch.
Yeah, but you're throwing Kell Brook at the deep end. Do you know what I mean? It's like, look at Fury. When he was on the ban, he came back. He had to have a few warm-up fights before he fought Wilder. Do you know what I mean? So it'll be silly to throw Kell Brook at the deep end. It'll be dumb. I understand it's money, but come on, man. He's achieved everything he needed to achieve. Not even that, he was a world champion, whereas Eubank was the IBO. But do you know what I mean? So I want him to win a world title.
Same. I agree with you as well, because I want him to win a world title. I want Ben to win a world title. And if in the future, whatever, they're at the same weight division and, they've both become world champions, then, yeah, let's have it, man, as a farewell to the boxing fans. But I definitely think that they both can become world champions, even though people might think, and question they've both got the talent, they've got the DNA, they've got the mental capacity to be able to do it. So, obviously, big up to Roja as well. That point, I was just about to read it right now. Now he's obviously saying the most likely fight we may see if Brook, which is embarrassing. He's saying with Brook. If Eubank, I'm saying no, go for the belt, defend it against Ben or Brook in the UK for big stadium show. Look, big up to you as well. I think that's a good point. And FK Breeze is obviously saying every time I look at the Ben name, I keep thinking of how he messed up himself. He could have been a big superstar, especially beating a dehydrated Eubank. Next fight would have been huge. It's true. If you think about it, because maybe during that time when Liam Smith fought Eubank, if that was Ben at that time, you know, we might have probably been looking at that as the situation. But that's why boxing, you got to appreciate what boxing did at that moment, because they didn't want to put him in the ring under those circumstances. So I think it was the right thing to do at the time. So let's see. There's big potential for both. I don't want to see Eubank, you know, boil himself down to that kind of weight again. I think he's 160 pushing to 168. I think he can go back to 168, and you know, in the future, who knows? Maybe a Canelo farewell. Who knows? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe. Well, we'll just have to wait and see, innit? You know, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah. Yeah, obviously, I know because we're coming up to the end of the show. Obviously, let me read Raha's. Big up to you, brother. Thank you so much for getting involved. I don't get this whole Ben Eubank link. It doesn't make sense. The weights is an issue. Look, I agree with you. This is one of the things that I generally didn't want to see. But the way I see it is I just want them both to kind of become champions first. And then if they, you know, cross paths in the near future, then, you know, it makes sense. Why not? Wilder only fought Fury first because he thought, ooh, Tyson was an easy touch.
Yeah,
These
no,
are
he did.
the things, man. These are the things you got to put out there, man.
Yeah.
It's all about capacity anyway, man. So just a quick one before we obviously wrap up. Obviously PBC, Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman's obviously fighting. I just want us to just briefly just, you know, preview that fight. What's your thoughts? Thurman's obviously had a lot to say online. I like his energy. It's good to see one time back. He's been promoting it on his socials. What's your thoughts, cuz? Can he beat Tszyu?
I don't know, man. Keith Thurman's been out for what? Is it 3 years? 3 years?
Yeah. It's been a while, man. It's been a while.
Tim Tszyu, he's been active. So my money's on Tim Tszyu, you know. But could Thurman cause an upset? Possibly. I don't know. But we just have to wait and see. You know, we just have to wait and see, because look, from when he got beaten by Pacquiao, I was like, wow. I literally thought he was going to beat Pacquiao, but boy, I don't know, man. I don't know if one time Keith Thurman is still that one time prime Keith Thurman. So my money's on Tim Tszyu, man. I'm sorry, Tim Tszyu.
Yeah, no, it's the right option. I've been promoting Tim Tszyu, I feel, for quite some time now. You know, DNA, you know, carries weight. He's also going through the same situations as a Ben, as a Eubank, but he's actually become a champion. You know, he's defended titles, and now he's coming from Australia to the US market, and he wants to do a US tour. So Keith Thurman is obviously one of the first names that's come in the list. Could Keith Thurman be that fighter that is the what's the word, the banana slip or whatever, where he doesn't allow him to move forward? Who sees? Let's see. Or I think regardless, we're going to see Tim Tszyu versus Crawford next. Look, Tim wins and loses to Crawford next. Woo! What you saying, cuz?
I think, right, this is what I think. I think Tim Tszyu should fight Charlo next, and then the winner fights Crawford.
Ooh, okay. Wow. So fun facts. Let's throw in this fact, cuz. So big up to Lucy. Fun fact, she's obviously saying Thurman has had one fight in 4.5 years. Wow. That's why if he comes back and he beats Tszyu, man, he's a G. It has to be one time. That's actually one time. Tim versus Crawford in Australia. Woo! Yeah, let's have it.
Nice.
No. You know what? I can't lie, sorry, cuz I can't lie.
Yeah.
I would say Tim needs to do it in the US. He's done the Australian tour. You know, he's brought fighters to Australia now. He needs to, you know, do his thing in the US like his dad. And that's why I big up to Tim Tszyu, because I think he has to be the example of, you know, carrying that second name, and he's doing it well. He wants to be undisputed, but, you know, with the whole issues with the division, I'm hoping that we could see this young champion, you know, become great. But I like one time, I can't lie. Ooh, Tim, look, Lucy's saying she thinks Tim Tszyu will stop him. This is going to be interesting because I can't even lie to you. Furman has always body shots. So, cuz this is just looking interesting. This is looking too interesting, cuz. So, what your thoughts is just Tim Tszyu, yeah? That's how we're gonna.
Yeah, it's just Tim Tszyu. You know, it's it's definitely Tim. But like I said, look, just have to wait and see. And my last subject is Canelo. Apparently, Al Heyman's saying that he's been in contact with Canelo, and they want this fight to be on PBC/Amazon. So my understanding, this is like Al Heyman's probably trying to cop block the Zone/Eddie Hearn. He's putting his money up, but I believe Canelo, he's got a better relationship with Eddie, and he's making money with easy opponents. I mean, sorry, decent opponents. So we shall see.
Ooh, please, Trey, let's have for the last time Furman. Look, I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna try get Furman on the channel. It would be great just to kind of get his views on you know, what he thinks about the fight that's coming up. I know we're not really meant to, you know, talk to fighters about, you know, what's going on, but I like his energy, man. It'll be good to sort of pick his brains. So as before obviously wrap up, you obviously wanted to talk about Canelo and the Munguia situation. Yeah, I think it's good. Amazon Prime, let's have it. He's a free agent. He could do what he likes. El Presidente, if he's not going to fight Benavidez, fight Munguia, Cinco de Mayo, and let's have it.
Hold on.
The money. Yeah, exactly.
FK breathe. Right, this is what I heard. Yeah, well, the whole nation heard. So Canelo's team was in contact with Benavidez' team, and they made an offer, and they said, look, they're willing to pay Benavidez $5 million. They said, yeah, that's fine, that's cool. They've gone silent. So I'm not saying that Canelo's ducking him, but his team just doesn't want the smoke. That's all. That's what I'm saying. His team doesn't want to smoke. He's willing to take $5 million or even less to fight Canelo. But hey.
That's why I like El Monstro. To be honest, it's not even a bad thing what's happening. I think you have to take negatives as a positives, and the positive from this for David Benavidez is he's El Monstro. He's the Mexican monster. People are scared to fight him. Not Canelo, maybe himself, but his team around him are probably like, yo, not just yet, Canelo. Maybe let's build him up, let him move up. So, nice, good points, cuz definitely. I think Munguia, Cinco de Mayo makes sense. Amazon Prime, let's have it. I'll support that, definitely. I'll watch it, definitely. 100% I would watch that. Because Canelo just, when he brings Mexicans to arenas, it's like an event. You know he's gonna come out with a big entrance, man. So no, big up. I won't be watching in case he won't on me. No. He'll put on a good show. Definitely. But yeah, cuz man, I know we want to wrap up now. So obviously wrap up. Guys, make sure you tune in on Wednesday. We've obviously got a big feature. I'm really excited about this. So big up to Al Heyman, if you could put that up for us. Bang! Big up to our boy Stricto as well. We're obviously going to have him on the roundup, and we're just going to talk about Ngannou. We're going to talk about Joshua. We're going to talk about, you know, the scope of boxing right now, you know, upcoming events. And yeah, we're just going to get his views. So big up to Stricto in advance. And yeah, I'm just excited. And big up to Aisha as well. She's obviously going to be flying to Saudi Arabia. So people, you're going to see her there, you know, doing the work for, you know, the channel, and making sure that she brings, you know, content for Green Diamond Boxing. So guys, if you're not tuning into Green Diamond Boxing, man, we had a treat just the other day with Vidal Riley. Big up to Vidal Riley. One of the things that I did pick up from the pod is consistency, and this is what we want to do. We want to bring consistency, you know, over to the people, to the community, so that you guys can enjoy the shows. so that everyone can just feel the energy of what's going on in boxing. It's nothing but good energy, and it's on the rise. So, cuz that's how I'm wrapping up, man. But big up to you. I see you just dancing over there, just doing whatever. But
the countdown begins.
We need to get you on the back.
The countdown begins. You've got AJ and Ngannou. AJ and what? Biyenge Misfits. Listen, if they're paying good money, you know, $1 million, 1.5 or 2 or even 3, I'm down. But the countdown begins. You know, you got AJ and Ngannou, bro. I'm hearing mixed reviews from the casual fans and the loyal fans like ourselves. But yeah, man. But listen, I'm gonna wrap it up now. Have a lovely, productive week. Thank you so much for tuning in to our show. Remember to support the channel, follow us on the social media, follow our journey, and we'll see you on Wednesday. Peace and love.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my card.